Welcome everybody. What's up, basketball? We have to talk to you because it's been almost been a week,
About a
and
week, yep.
it's been a week since we've seen you basketball, and we have some things to cover because we cover all the weirds, the basketball difference, the basketball nuance. It's not the nuance, it's just the bizarre. We're like
Just the bizarre and
the
crazy.
the bizarre, the how the Ripley's believe it or not of basketball,
That's a great way to put it. The Ripley's Believe It or Not of basketball content.
and I think many people have seen this, but no one's really addressed it like I wish they have. It's the low rim basketball league. Actually, you hadn't seen it, I don't think. I just showed it to you a second
No,
ago.
yeah, you just put me on to the low rim league, and I'm all
This,
about it.
I think originally the first ones, well, everyone's played low rim stuff. We played growing up. We called it dunk ball, and we had like the 8 foot hoops. It was all fun and games until Devontae would show up, Devontae Adams. One of the best wide receivers in NFL history, Devontae Adams, because he could dunk easily on a 10 foot hoop. And so, like, playing with him
Just
on an 8
mushing on all of us on the 8 foot hoops.
on an 8 foot hoop was, there's actually video somewhere online of those games.
Oh, I have
Under
them.
your under your
They're on my
yeah.
account.
He's like so
I'll have to link
stupid.
them.
He's like dunking on 10 foot hoop on 8 foot. That wasn't fair. But well, I'm on there too. Jason Kidd Nets jersey I'm wearing in the little
Yeah,
dime.
you're wearing my red New Jersey J Kids Nets jersey.
And I like the idea. Well, everyone played that league, loved it. But anyone who watches the league makes fun of it. So the league is at a conundrum here. Low rim league is basically when I first saw it was like 3 to 4 years ago, organized at least, was I think fraternities were doing it. I think the first one I saw was like a frat league or something, and they were playing. And then some other people actually made a real league that I first saw on TikTok 2 years ago. And it's just people getting absolutely posterized, right? Like it's like the excessive dramatization of basketball. Like every play is a possible extreme poster dunk, not like a little one. And on the surface, you watch it and you're like, this is so stupid. Like, this is so dumb. And then you keep watching it. And you kind of keep watching it. And I wonder, is there a market for that? It's getting views on TikTok. That alone tells you there's something there, right?
Yeah, I think picking up where we left off last week with can amateur sports compete with professional sports league? I think this could be a tool that amateurs can definitely use to separate themselves because dunk ball has been around, like you said, forever. We grew up playing dunk ball. There's plenty of dunk ball videos out there, but not really in an organized, structured way. And I think these low rim leagues create a pretty interesting type of competition and kind of elevate the viewing experience. Kind of the point some of the NBA guys make on the WNBA. Oh, if we just lower the hoops, it'll be more exciting. Don't entirely agree with all of that. But I will say these
But it's not
clips,
bad. These clips are
it's not
hilarious,
bad.
though.
No, I
But
mean, these are crazy. I
it's
mean, some of the dunks I'm
but it's
seeing right now,
hilarious
just on the
even.
few clips you've had me pull up, are insane. These guys are like, they're all basically looking like John Morant posters. It's like all of
No,
them.
they're more than that. They're like it's like NBA Slam. It's like people bring up the WNBA lowering the hoop thing, and like because they want to make the plays comparable to like NBA dunks. These aren't NBA dunks. This is
No,
like video
video game
game,
stuff. Yeah.
like knees at the height of the rim type thing. And it's hilarious. Is this what SlamBall should have been?
I honestly, I think so. That's a great call out because the trampolines make it cool, but it kind of devolves basketball. It doesn't no longer becomes basketball. It really was like a combination of football, rugby, and basketball thrown into one sport, where this is straight up just basketball, just the hoops are lowered. And you're getting the same type of insane kind of high flying highlight reels without the silliness of these grown men jumping on trampolines. Like this is more fluid. It's more recognizable for what we're used to. So I just keep watching this one clip on replay. It's insane. It's like actually one of the most
It's
insane things
like
I've ever
you
seen.
get the Vince Carter on Lonzo Mourning going baseline right dunk,
Yeah.
but you get it like on like steroids. It's like the
Yeah.
extreme. It's like you hit him twice, it can still dunk it. You can dunk on the way up, at the top, on the
This
way
guy's dunking
down.
on three people doing that.
And so I think the original league was you had to be a certain height.
Yeah,
I think
again, you gotta fill in the viewers on the
I
exact
think it was the
rules, I would
original
imagine.
league I saw was you had to be under 6 feet, which like oh, 4 inches is going to make a difference if you lower the hoop 24. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever. You're not lowering the hoop to like 6 inches, the height difference, right? You're
No,
lowering
yeah, if
it
you keep
two
it at
feet.
eight and a half is yeah.
So I don't know, man. You go. I want the viewer to go watch this because this is the type of stuff when people. The issue is businesses when they get a hold of this, they do it all wrong. They want to get it, and then they want to put like GoPros on the players, and they want to capture like the silliness of it, and they don't actually capture the game of it. That's a big mistake. A lot. That's one thing that I would say the next chapter with one-on-one has done really well is they don't just do the highlight baiting. Like Ball is Life stuff was originally just like highlight clips, these park takeovers or highlight clips. And the one-on-one game is the full game. And I think people want to enjoy the highlights, but they want to have a full game to go to and enjoy. Like when you're watching SlamBall, it's just you're waiting for a highlight.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, is this highlight going to come? Versus low hoop, you can still make shots. You can people still make cross someone over.
Yeah,
You can
it's still basketball. It still feels and looks like basketball. Yeah, like that's a great point too. The element of like getting crossed up or just an interesting kind of combination of dribble moves is gone in something like slam ball. Or this,
so
it's
what
yeah, it's straight basketball.
what other sports exist where we could modify a single element and make it that much more exciting? Like, how about this? Could you play instead of long drive competition? Could we do long home run competition? Would people
Oh, that's
tune in
interesting.
to just see how far someone can? I would.
See how far Shohei could really hit a baseball.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people out there who can hit baseballs further than MLB players, but they can't hit a curveball. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
yeah, so how would you structure this type of competition? Would you do it so like in the home run derby? I'm not super familiar again with baseball, but in the home run derby you have a set amount of time and you're trying to hit as many home runs, or is it number of pitches,
no,
or is
so
it
I would do it just like long drive, where you
okay?
have number of qualified shots. You get like 6 to 8 shots, so that way the guy can rest in between and actually take a hack at it. And
Yeah.
he can take a couple pitches to make sure he gets the one he likes. But at the end of the day, it's number of swings and just trying to hit one. Not so you could do like two scores. You could do like total distance covered. So if you have 8 hits, like 800-foot hits, even though they're not very good, will beat a guy who couldn't hit it anywhere, I guess, and then hit one 500-foot bomb. Or you could just do the sheer longest home run possible. I'm talking about maybe we bring out some metal bats. Like just see
Corked
how
bats, any yeah, let's just optimize for this thing.
see how far. Because and when we watch sprinting, like we like it because it's the human how optimal output. And in basketball, there's all these really cool outputs that take place, but you don't actually get to appreciate it. But when you play low hoops, you're basically force feeding what would be the most peak dunk height and excitement over and over. Well, possible every play, not like it has to happen, but possible. So like a home run derby where it's just how far we can hit the ball, just completely like it'd be majestic. It'd be
Oh, and
fun.
yeah, it'd be awe-inspiring. It would be. I
I
mean,
think
just
that,
just some of Shohei's in games, like the ones where he just literally almost hits the ball out of the stadium. It's pretty
and that's
insane.
not even close to what people used to
Yeah,
do back in
yeah.
the good old days.
The good old Mark McGuire steroid days.
Oh my gosh. Pull up the Boston Red Sox with the All-Star game there where it's like him at Fenway. That's amazing. Probably best home run derby ever. Him just hitting bombs. He's like a titan out there. And they have the zoomed out angle because nowadays they try and track the ball too much. It's just like the zoomed out McGuire's hitting these shots. It's like boomers yelling, oh, back. Another one. And it's like, oh my gosh, like a titan among men.
And
And
what, how far do you think his average distance was on those?
they had a
400,
lot
five
of,
hundred feet?
oh, they were like 520. Some of them
Yeah.
were like, some of them were hilarious. I think 515 with a couple, like 500 feet. You're almost hitting 2 home runs. Like when you get to 600, like it's so
Okay,
insane.
that could be a fun wrinkle in a rule in baseball to change things up. If you hit a home run past
500
600
feet.
feet,
You can't
500
hit, no
feet.
one's hit one past six ever. If you're
Well, if
500,
we're using corked and metal bats, who knows?
just
Okay,
a
let's say
metal bat.
500 feet, you get two runs for that. It's like a 3 in basketball.
Yeah, someone just trying to
Dude, so at the
absolutely
end of some of these games, people are just going to be
swing it
taking
for the
hacks.
people are just going to throw splitters the whole time, just trying to
Yeah.
have you hit anything in the ground. I think, but back to the basketball thing. I think this is where the viewership comes into play because I got caught watching this guy reviewing watches the other day. He's reviewing a watch collection. He's like very passionate about it. And next thing you know, you're interested in watches. And I think because it's so succinct and navigated by an expert who cares, you can have interest. My wife watches, we have on TV like Antique Roadshow, and you don't know anything about the antiques. Even the Pawn Stars do the same thing. It has an expert guiding you through it. I think with these adjacent sports, we're too busy trying to tell people to like it. But if you have someone just truly likes it, people will gravitate towards that. I think that's why 3-on-3 basketball fails here in the U.S. It's different than basketball, but we don't have like an expert telling us what to look for. Like if you had someone passionate, be like, "Oh, this is a great play." Like, do you know how exciting it is to be excited with someone else? Like that's the
That's
point
true.
of
The
like, you want to
energy
be
is
excited.
contagious.
You're like,
100%.
"Oh," I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude, that is a good watch." I knew it. That was so sick. He's like 9.4. I'm like, yes. Like Dave Portnoy eating pizza. It's the same thing, right? You watch it because you want to be excited with him to eat pizza, and you're like, oh, sick. Like, I would like that pizza too, and you have no idea if it's any good, but you feel a part of it because the passion trickles over.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
that's
relatable.
where a lot of the small market media stuff can come into play is regardless of the level of competition, it's the passion of competition to inform people why it's important, which is why Bill Simmons and someone like that's good for basketball because it's not conflicting. It's just like passionate about it. But it's also why these micro influencers in sports come up. Just like the one we mentioned, like it's just like the mini hoop basketball. You watch people dunk on someone and they're like yelling at someone, they're throwing stuff at somebody. And next thing you're like, whoa, because like he thinks it's sick. Right. It's just, and it's hilarious too, because you have like guys that get rim checked on 8 feet and like all these other good bits involved. But that is one area that I'm going to keep my eye open out for is these adjacent sports and whether or not we have these little areas take place that bring it about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic too. And you have like the wiffle ball leagues too that are
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
similar. Those are like some of the pitches you see out of that are pretty insane. Then you get the fun, like if someone just takes someone yard and the funny little bat flips and
Well,
attitude they throw.
and
It's
that's kind
entertaining.
of, that's how AAU used to be. AAU used to be exciting because it was a brand of basketball that wasn't structured enough to reduce coolness, but it wasn't unstructured enough to reduce competitiveness. And so you would have people would try and win, but they would try and embarrass you in AAU. Like that was the bit in high school. It was you wanted to win and embarrass them by beating them by a lot. In AAU, they wanted to embarrass you off the court, especially when we played. Like when we played against guys like Kiwi Gardner, Aaron Gore. That's Oakland Soul, like one of the greatest AAU teams maybe ever, especially from a media standpoint. And you
100%.
had that was Ball is Life was kind of taking off then in the East Coast. You had Hoop Mixtape. You
And
had
Yay Area's finest
Yay
for
Area's
us in the Bay.
Finest, which was a huge, and they showed up in like their little camcorders. And you'd be like, "Oh my gosh!"
We got a
And
shot. We might be in a clip.
and these guys are just dunking on people. But it was I remember watching them play the Soldiers at whatever tournament they used to host that was kind of a local one. And God, I remember like because Mackenzie Moore played on the Vitamin Water team, Team 94, which is like that was the distance of the court. Vitamin Water randomly sponsored a team in that tournament. And the Soldiers were playing, so there's good hoops there. And I remember how on and off competitive it would be. Versus I watch it now and it looks so soft. Like watch old. I was talking to one of the athletes I train. I showed them Kate Kiwi Gardner, and his mixtape, and I was like laughing because I was like, these guys would do this without the need to get clips. Like they were just doing this to embarrass me.
Just to embarrass you, yeah.
Like they wasn't doing it because like he was gonna post on social. They would do these things just to embarrass you off the court. And I was like, imagine having to deal with these shenanigans while he's 36 on you or 40 on you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's well, I feel like there's still that element. Obviously it's because the cameras are around.
Is there?
I mean, from what I've seen, a lot of clips, a lot of the AAU stuff I'm seeing. I don't know if it's just because I'm on the toxic side of basketball TikTok, but it's like basically one guy gets yammed on, and then it shuts the entire game down because not just the fans, but like the other players are like just clowning the guy that got dunked on, and then the game is basically over with. No, there's no way to get back to actually
Yeah, but
finishing the
that's not.
competition.
That's just corny. See,
That's what
I
I'm
think.
saying, but it's so I think it's evolved into that from where,
Well, okay.
Pee Wee Kiwi both took it.
What I was trying to
Um,
say is they would do that so you would leave the court, like not so other people boo you off the court. I remember we got guys that dunked on, or we dunked on people. Devonte, not we. Devonte dunked on many people, and it wasn't like you wouldn't be like whoa. It'd be
right.
like, oh, now I need to leave. Now I need to go.
So coach, coach, get me, please. Get me
and
off the
that
court.
it was like, oh, I don't belong here, and I'm stuck in the water. Like if someone just dunked on you and the game is over, that's like relief. Put me on my misery. No, the worst part, you get dunked on, you got 30 more minutes of this.
Yeah,
Like, oh Lord. And that's the difference I was trying to say between now and then is
gotcha.
that they would do that stuff because like it was just them getting buckets on you. Like it was your food. It was embarrassing. I remember we played the Modesto Bulldogs, super random, just randomly at like a mid pen in the Bay. And Pee Wee and Kiwi are playing for Modesto Bulldogs because their cousin EJ played for them. And we're playing Pee Wee and Kiwi. For anyone who don't know who they're, Pee Wee Kiwi Gardner, look up their mixtapes.
Yeah,
And
legendary mixtapes.
what you see there, they were doing against us like in a game that they were trying to win. And it was like nowadays I imagine a lot of stuff with the EYBL and it being so insulated. No one's like trying to prove. Like when it was there, teams would show up and they would just try and punk you, like embarrass you off the court.
Yeah,
And it wasn't, it was about winning. Like it was so heavily about winning in those games. Like we played you guys in a game. Like that was super competitive.
it
You're
was.
trying to
I think it was
win.
CSM, right? That was
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good game. But yeah,
Nowadays, like when someone goes out there, I feel like they play a team they know they're going to lose or whatever. It's like they're boys with the other person. Like, hey, they were not friends. Like the Oakland Rebels did not like the Oakland Soldiers. Like I remember, like we played the Oakland Rebels. They had like a home court, which was super random. It was
for AAU.
hostile. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
I
like
remember
it
that.
was hostile. Like it was a hostile basketball game,
Yeah.
and like
No, to your point, yeah, AAU definitely used to be mean. I feel like now I think the what I was talking about is more players are clip farming, to for
yeah,
lack of a
well, it's
better
like
term.
mean, like corny mean. But back then, it was like you felt like you weren't horribly safe in some. Like I played in some games being. I remember playing like in San Francisco and Fillmore, and we're playing. And one of our teammates got in a fight, and the bench is clear. And I look at my teammate, I sat on the bench, and I'm like, "Hey, man, if I go out there, I ain't winning any fight." Like,
I'm just letting you know if the
I'm
brawl
like, I'm
happens.
better. I'm sitting right here. I I don't need to escalate anything because I ain't helping if I go out there. Like, just sit down. And then parents were yelling. Parents would be on the court. Parents would fight. That was like a
Oh,
thing. Parents would fight
I
each
think
other.
that's still a thing too. Youth
Is it? Because
sports parent, yeah, dude. Youth sports parents are
is it in
pretty
EYBL?
bad.
Because like in
See, that's what
EYBL,
I don't know. I have no connection to the
because I
EYBL,
don't know if
so
they
I
just kick
wouldn't
you
know.
out.
But
And I just see it's so much more organized. Like when I started, that became a whole circuit. It became so insulated that people couldn't do stuff. Like when we played, you had to like earn a spot to go play the pump and run Adidas Super 64, or you had to earn a
that's
spot
right.
to go play in the Disney whatever classic, and you
Wide
had to
World of
go.
Sports,
Yeah, we'd
yeah.
go play in Reno and play some junk teams and beat them by. We'd beat them like 100 points to earn like enough qualifying points. The non Nike team to go play in it. And then you go and play, and we go play the Florida Goon Squad, literally their name. And like it is a hostile basketball game. People like yelling at each other, and people like trying to fight. And it was just like it was. I felt like maybe people were more reckless because no phones were out then. Like people were willing to push
That's a
someone or
good
punch
point. Yeah.
someone. Like it wasn't going to be caught. Like there was no retaliation. We played a team from Evansville. I remember they were just trying to fight the entire game. Like, what is this? Because they didn't like you. It was like people did not like you. Nowadays, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, I see your social media page. I've seen this. Then it was like, no, F that guy. Like, I'm trying to take a spot. And maybe that's like old manism, but I feel like that's how my dad described it, and that's how I would describe it. But if I watch this generation, that's not allowed. Like, I watch kids play pickup at my court, and
No.
like you, bro, cooked you, like one shot, and they're like celebrate. Like, I remember when we play, you beat someone, you just yell at them. Like, people would get yelled, like, get off my court. Like, you're not allowed to play here anymore because you're bad. Like, it was mean.
So do you think, because I'm not really too up on youth basketball today. It's just because I'm, a mid-30s guy that used to play. But do you think the trash talking today just is in no way comparable, or was just a lot more mean
No,
spirited when
I
we were
think
younger?
I
Like,
think
because I feel
no.
like the hostile environments are still kind of there in a sense, at least from what I see on social media. But again, this is social media; it's
No,
not real life. So
well, but I see it more in college basketball with the older teams. Like when you nowadays, you don't see a lot of freshmen get a lot of burn unless you're a stud, and all these freshmen go elsewhere, and they like have to get jaded and mean. Like I went and watched, I don't know, Townsend was playing somebody. Like the physical, I sent you pictures. I'm like, what are these guys eating? They're all huge.
yeah,
They're
yeah, everyone's
yoked.
enormous now.
And they're like guys who spent 2 years at like Wisconsin Green Bay or something, and now they got a chance to play at like Rutgers. And these guys, they're just like hitting people, and they're super aggressive. And I'm like, man, as a freshman, you know how tough that is? Because I like maybe they came out of the AAU circuit, but a lot of these guys who now start for college basketball teams are not originally recruited. They are like guys who came up from something. And that reminds me of how AAU used to be. It used to be like you had to come up from something to get something.
To get some
I,
looks. Yeah, you
yeah,
had to
I
prove
remember like
yourself.
yeah, you couldn't like they were to get on to which I did not play for the Oakland Soldiers. Like you had to like it was like invite only, like prove yourself type. The big thing was like LeBron played for them one time in a
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
You remember
yeah,
that?
I
Like
do.
some random tournament, LeBron played for the Oakland Soldiers, and
It's a
that was
hell of
like
a
the
piece to have on your team resume to be like, yeah, we had LeBron play for us, so you
and, but
can't you can't be a scrub and
now
be on this roster.
I'm watching college basketball, and like the starting five for these teams are like all guys who played mid major and just cut their teeth somewhere else, and they're like mean players. Like it's like me. That's why college basketball is kind of interesting to watch. Like these are almost two layers of college basketball. It's like the freshmen, sophomores, and these grown men out there. Like, oh, what was it? Gonzaga started a lineup yesterday that was 25, 24, 23, 22, 22. Like, that's a grown lineup.
Yeah,
That's some grown men. And I don't know if like those guys have been through stuff. I don't
yeah.
know. If you're out of like EYBL, you're gonna walk in there, and this guy's like, "Yeah, dude, I had to earn my NL money. I'm gonna put an elbow right through." Like you watch Houston play, I I would not make it,
Yeah.
and I couldn't physically. Not like I couldn't. I could literally not physically play in a game against Houston. I would get so punked. I feel like if I played that team, these guys are so athletic and so aggressive. It doesn't make for the best NBA players because it's just like how supercharged can we make this car and then just point it in a direction versus like the skill and tactic of players. Like, is it really transferable to the NBA when you can't just hit people? College basketball is way more physical in the perimeter
Yeah.
and way more physical in rebounding, way more physical across the board, which makes it so muddy. But you watch Houston play and you're like, oh my gosh, I would have 40 turnovers.
Yeah. Like, could I bring the ball up the floor right
I
now?
don't think I could. I watch it sometimes. I'm like, dude, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm bringing the ball up the court against Houston.
Yeah. No,
I
Houston's
don't. I
just some
really don't
monsters.
think. I really don't think if I played against Houston. Well, now there's a lot of teams who like that too. They're so physical. If I played against Houston, I 2 out of 10 times I'd bring it up, maybe successfully.
Yeah.
Just like I would try and back it down, but they allow so much contact at the point of attack. Now they could wall me up and just like I wouldn't be able to move.
Couldn't move in 10
Like I
seconds
don't know,
easily.
dude. I don't know if I could.
So Max, to ask you another question, do you think we're done with the one and done era? I think we're kind of well past that era of college basketball. Now we're in this transfer portal NIL version of college sports, and for football, we've seen it where, freshmen now, unless you are like the top one or two guys, you're not seeing the field for a few years. Now in basketball, do you see that we're kind of shifting from just straight young guys running all the best programs to now these mid-majors pick up these pretty solid guys that have room to develop and grow. They go through that system for 1 or 2 years, prove themselves, and then transfer over to another program. And that's why we're seeing this maybe maturation of upperclassmen in college basketball.
Yeah, I think people realize that when transfers free reign, like a 5-star recruit is cool, but a grown man's easier to plug and play into an offense. Like, I'm not to teach basketball. I imagine the learning curve of every freshman. And now
Right.
imagine as a coach, you don't have any learning curves ever again. Like, it's just, I'm going to take a guy who's played here so and so for 3.5 years, 4 years. I know exactly what he does. I know physically what he's going to be. I know his tendencies are. I can plan for his evils. I can plan for his goods. And we can go from there versus like, oh, I got a freshman. He's going to, how many times have you heard like, oh, this freshman's now a sophomore by game 29. Well, cool. I got like a 9th-year senior, and he's going to pick you up full court. And you know what I mean?
And
And
you're not moving.
you're not like, he's so yoked. Why are these guys so yoked
He's
nowadays?
so yoked.
Yeah, these
These
guys are
college hoopers
huge.
are so big now.
It really started with Alan Bishop at Houston. I'll give Alan Bishop credit. I've spoken to him time to time, and he worked with Calvin Sampson. Calvin Sampson. My fault. And he basically like, I want guys to be a certain way, and he would just recruit the best athletes and then make them the most physical guys. And he's like, I can teach defense, and just offense will come from our defense. And remember the early Houston years, the first team to really do it was actually Baylor. It was the Baylor team that won the national championship with like Davian Mitchell, Jared Butler,
Was
Marcelo
VJ on that
T.
team? Edgecombe?
VJ. No. He's a freshman last year.
Okay, that's right.
This is like 4 years ago. And then you had the big buff dude who played him trying to make a tight end somewhere. You had this is a good team, whatever. Point is, they picked up full court all night long with Davian Mitchell. Oh my gosh, just a nightmare. And that was really the initial era of like, oh, I think you can just dominate teams physically. And then Houston did it. And then Iowa State kind of does it a little bit after. They would just suffocate teams and win. And now these teams are getting players who can now score and do that because they're not just like, I'm taking a freshman with ball of energy and just like making him play defense. I'm taking a senior who knows how to make these reads. And it really does make it like not real basketball for the NBA, but really good basketball. Really, the best basketball you win in college basketball is not the basketball that wins in the NBA. And so, like, if you're putting together the best college basketball team, it's no longer the best NBA players. Like Duke had Flag and Knipple, who are studs right now in the NBA right now, studs, and didn't win it. Right? Those are two like starting productive starters in the NBA who won. Who won last year? Was it oh my gosh, I can't remember. How I forget college champions. Do me the Google search for me. I'm like the worst at it. I remember Houston lost to them, whoever Houston lost to, because Houston had a 3 to tie it or win it, and he like
that's right. It was those Florida Gators.
Oh, it was the Gators, duh, yeah. And the Gators are huge. That was like they had what's his name who transferred from FAU. They had 2 FAU or one of them who was the guard who transferred. He had red shoes. He's like
not
22.
Will Richard.
No, oh my gosh, I can see him. He's good, really athletic guard. They had the 2 bigs they have now.
Is it Walter Clayton?
No, Clayton's good too. That's a good PG.
See, their roster was.
There's
nasty.
2. Is there 2 or 3?
But he was to your point of the physicality, it actually kind of seems to be transferring to the NBA, this style of play, because we're seeing now in the NBA, guys are getting picked up full court more and more.
Yeah, weird. NBA stupid.
But I think there's some influence there. A lot of people are just copying the Pacers from last year and what Carlisle did with all their guards. But you're seeing it now. Like guards are now having to deal with guys picking up 90 feet. Yeah, the Thunder, because 1 through 5 can just pick you up.
They make
life miserable.
The issue with the NBA team is the refing. The college refing consistency is more consistent than NBA.
Mm.
And it's
college
consistent.
allows way more physicality.
Yeah, they just don't call it.
They don't call anything.
They just don't call it.
They just don't call stuff. Yeah.
The NBA, like, if you're SGA, like, if Lou Dort were to guard SGA, Lou Dort would foul out in the first minute. of the game. But like there are favorable calls in NBA. Everyone knows that. It happened since the dawn of time. In college basketball, you don't really get that as much. You just don't. You just get like no calls, period. I was watching Maui Classic and guys are just jumping in the lane. And it's like, wow, like I wonder if that's getting called. Like
Yeah.
maybe and they're just stumbling through bodies and a loose ball, everyone's hitting each other. In the NBA, I think it's partly to protect the players, right? If you let it get too physical and play college basketball, you can't play because college plays 30 games, not 81. You're going to get hurt. Like you play 3 seasons of college basketball in one NBA year.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
3 college seasons in one NBA year. So, like, of course, in college, you're playing 30 games, and I have 9 guys deep, like legit 9, because most NBA teams don't have 10 guys truly deep because you have to pay people. Like your 9th player is not normally as good as your 3rd player, but in college you can be because it's just there's going to be backlogs in players. There's only so many spots to go. You're not necessarily on a payroll that's so differential yet.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have the ability to throw 10 guys at a team. In the NBA, you don't have that ability because their playing schedule is more games and more intense. Travel more.
They emphasize freedom of movement too, like to your point.
Defensive 3 in the key. And that makes it way
there's just more space.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Right. You can't load aside. You can't like run and jump in the NBA doesn't work because you can't put anyone in the paint. You can't blitz like a corner, like someone's back. You can't send a double. Like a front side facing doubles automatic assist.
In college, automatic open shot. Yeah.
In college, you can at least put an foot in paint on each side so you can X out and maybe get to it. But nowadays, it's like, no, nothing. And the college doesn't call anything below the waist. So their hands are all over arms and everything. Crazy. And I see a lot of that basketball now, which is interesting, right? Because I think our brand of AAU would have fit college basketball better now. Like the physicality of AAU that we play. Like, AAU was so physical we played. They didn't call anything.
Yeah,
nothing.
No, they didn't.
Like, good Lord, they're trying to get
and every team seemed to be just straight press and just like you said, trying to punk you.
How many teams press you? And nowadays?
Dude,
I remember I played AAU. Oh Lord! I remember we checked the ball and they're like full court pressing. And you're like, I got a tournament today, dude. Leave me alone.
I got 3 more games after this. Like, come on.
It's always the teams that had like the no logo jerseys.
Yeah,
they would just be wearing
the pennies.
I remember I went and saw. I was in Vegas for whatever tournament, and Daniel Orton, Xavier Henry's athlete first team was playing, and they're playing this team in the crowd. There's Bill Self, there's Danny Manning, there's Calipari, everybody, and this is random. Only guys in the crowd were top coaches, no fans. We're just watching them on this dunk and everything. Blah, blah, blah. Other teams warming up. They have 6 guys, and no one over 6'4". And I remember they come out and they just punk Xavier. They're picked full court. Like these 3 little water bugs are just like full court pressing. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine a deal with that?
Having to deal with that, yeah.
I remember I watched in Florida. I think Andre Drummond's AAU team was playing. It was LJ Rose and J. Michael Reese, throwback names. J. Michael Reese, played at Texas A&M, and LJ Rose, Houston. LJ Rose was like under 18 Team USA. And I don't think either of them panned out. But oh my gosh, they just would pick up full court.
Yeah.
And like more energy than everybody else. And they just would run and jump these 2. And I'm pretty sure it's Andre Drummond, which is like, yeah, he would get some dunks because like eventually he would get the ball. But the guards couldn't even get it to him. So, but that's like at AAU now is like how college basketball is played now.
Is today.
Run and jump, full court. They're throwing 11 people at you because you had to win to get. The rule was like you didn't get any coaches if you weren't a good team until you got to like the semifinal round.
Yeah,
it was so about winning.
Yeah, no, yeah. AAU, I think back when we played, did emphasize actually winning the games more so than getting your numbers and getting your clips that you can put together your own mixtape for. Because back when we played, you had to earn your mixtape. There was no way you get it unless you were a top player. There was no shot.
No chance. Oh, that's so funny you bring that up because it does remind me now a lot of what AAU, like just the dog guards, like the Kiwi Gardner's just a dog. You know what I mean? Like just pick you up full court turn you over, trying to embarrass you on defense.
Yeah.
Like enjoying that you can't bring it up.
Yeah.
You're like,
Like
oh
laughing and
no.
reveling in your struggle, just
Yes.
trying to just initiate offense, just trying to get into anything.
Ah.
Yeah, that was
Well,
those were struggles back then. Those were
that's kind of
struggles.
my thought about that now. And I want another podcast. We'll do a whole video on. I want to talk about transfers. I want to discuss like the transfer arc and what kind of players should transfer, which ones shouldn't. I think a lot of better players really shouldn't transfer, but I think a lot of the role players should. Like, go get your money, go
Mm,
get your NIL money, guys who aren't going to make it to the league. I was watching, if you're like a really, really good role player, there's a lot of money to go play another team. And you can be a great role player there. You're not like
yeah.
sacrificing anything.
No, and not have
Versus,
the burden of having to carry an offense. You can literally
no.
do the same thing you're doing at
Yeah, you just,
whatever
yeah,
small or
you're going to.
mid-major school you're doing.
I saw a guy, he plays, who did I watch last night? Rutgers, St. John's. Or, I don't know who I watched last night. I'm trying to think of the kid's name. He was good though. He's a good hooper. They were beaten. They played is 21 is Michigan. It's a Michigan team. The kid was at a JUCO before, and then he played at D1, but lower level D1. He averaged like 12 and 12 or like 16, and he did the same thing at Michigan. And he looks great.
Yeah.
Super physical. And it's like he wasn't a guy who was putting up 24 like Max Abesmith, who went to then Texas, and it's like, yeah, I go from 24 to like 16. Like, like people don't like to see that as a player. Is that fun? Versus
Yeah.
like maybe
And
going somewhere slightly adjacent.
yeah, and then for those players, it affirms maybe something that's not true, but it makes scouts affirm, okay, well, he moved to this higher level competition. His production clearly dipped. We're going to see that as he moves up to the NBA, where if you just stay
Yeah.
at your
Well,
school,
because the higher up you
continue
go, the
dropping 20.
less NBA basketball is. Like the better the teams you play, you run into like Houston's and these guys picking up full court all night long. And like you don't see a run and jump press in the NBA. You don't.
No,
You'll see pressure, like pseudo
you'll
pressure
see
applied.
single guy pick up full court. That's it.
Three
Yeah, if you do a
fourths.
run and jump press in the league, that's an easy dunk. That's a
Yeah,
layup
dude, you're just
at
gonna
that level.
throw lob. I got
Yeah.
6'11" on both sides, dude. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get your 6'3" or 6'5" rotating the wrong way. By the way, coming downhill, my middle guy is 6'9" and he's a ball handler, and he caught it at the free throw line. And my duck in 7'1".
Yeah, and
Who
now
also
he has a
can jump.
2-on-1 or a 3-on-2. Like we're gonna score.
Yeah, you're gonna foul me. I'm gonna dunk.
Yeah, I'm getting a bucket, or I'm going.
And the guy
yeah.
right to my right shoots 43%, like from three.
Pick what you want to deal
You're
with.
not running a run and jump.
No.
Because
But yeah,
we'd
love to review the transfer though. Back to your point, that would be.
We'll do that next one.
Episode.
I really wanted to cover the basketball low hoop stuff. I would love to do a full report back on all forms of basketball that are different out there. I want to point that stuff out, and I want to talk about again here, like in this podcast, reiterating like the ins and outs of basketball. People don't always see. I think people talk a lot about like, oh, these teams or that teams or this bag work or how this person's doing, and there's not enough conversation around the depth of basketball in relation to like the adjacent stuff that supports basketball. So all the stuff like these low rem hoop stuffs, AAU, even AAU, all these basketball non-professional avenues really are the beams through which the basketball culture sits on.
Yeah,
and we fail to talk about that enough. Yeah, I think
definitely don't acknowledge it.
No, because you see guys like, it's very weird. You see guys like Mikey Williams, who's obviously a topic of conversation, all this hype. And then he goes to Sacramento State, and it's like media left him behind.
Completely.
Like it's like last chance you out there in the public front. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, like, with this clip culture stuff, how permanent the existence, but also how damaging it is. Because you have someone like that who was from that like clip culture AU world, and he's going up against someone who's 21, 22, who's like been playing basketball at a high level. And next thing you know, it's not great. So are people taking advantage of it? Is not the right term to use, but are people taking for granted what they have? I heard another talk about that too. Matt Barnes is the NIL money taking away the dog in a lot of people. I don't think that's taking the dog out of a lot of people. I think it's just changing basketball.
Yeah.
When you can sufficiently get 12 guys, and of the 12, 8 of them don't really have professional, maybe 9 of them don't really have NBA professional aspirations, or don't think they can, but they can compete at that level. Like the brand of basketball they're going to play is a very demoralizing brand of basketball to play against, because they got their money, and like they're not going to like really complain about playing time, because you can always transfer. They're going out there and they're going to play their heart out. And you watch teams that do this time and time again, like pick a Houston or pick these schools that are just so physical. And watch Iowa State, or you watch University of Iowa, their crew and how they play. You get a bunch of these guys who can just really hoop, and it's no longer about, oh, I got to play him because I got to keep him around. When AAU is now old college basketball, because like, oh, I got to play him to keep him around. I got to do this. He's going to leave a team. And nowadays in college basketball, dude, they don't care.
Yeah.
Get someone next year, man.
Yeah.
And not a young
There's
kid.
another roster they could go to.
Someone who's provenly better. Interesting.
It
well,
is.
that's all I had for today. We'll do some stuff next time. This was a quick podcast to put together for everybody. We wanted to get something out for the holidays coming up. We wanted to hear some feedback from everybody. So this is our third one. We're going to let it roll for a little bit, and we'll have more topics we'll share. We got some fun next chapter stuff with Roy. Roy, the next chapter.
Yeah, we need to discuss that one. We need to put out an SOS to anyone who decides to play him one-on-one.
Don't do it. It's bait.
Don't do it.
He's fooling you, man. Don't do it. And that'll be fun. And then we'll do that. And I appreciate you, Brendon.
Appreciate you too, Max. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, sir.
Take care.
The
family are all well. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody else out there watching.
All right. Enjoy, my man.